thing that I've always been curious about is people who say that kids are too young to learn about sexual and health education. Thinking about things like using the proper terms for a penis or a vulva or breasts, or thinking about how to talk to your kids about things like consent. Because it seems to me like it's a really simple concept if you're willing to talk to your kids in these age-appropriate ways. And so what I would like to do is just kind of give you one example of how we already talk to our kids about consent and coercion, just using examples from our day-to-day life. So these are nothing exceptional. These are just ways that we can hold these conversations during the normal course of our day. So our 5-year-old daughter is ridiculously amazing and ridiculously cool and does amazingly cool things, draws great pictures, has these really great t-shirts, does really great dances. I mean, our 5-year-old will be a star someday. I think our 5-year-old is a star right now. And I'd love to kind of capture these moments in video and picture. It's one of those things, I'm someone who suffers from the they grow up so fast kind of syndrome, where you like to just capture the moments that your kids have. But our 5-year-old hates having her picture taken. And so this is one way we talk about consent with her, is we say, would you like your picture taken? And honestly, probably 75% of the time right now, she will say no. And she won't say it angrily, she'll just say it, she'll go back to doing whatever she's doing, because to her, when she says no, she expects people are going to listen to her. And we'd love to kind of beg and plead and say, look, you look really, really great in that, or this dance is so amazing, or wouldn't you really like to show this to your grandma and grandpa? But that is also a form of coercion, trying to kind of plead with her and beg with her and tell her why it would be good for her to do something that she doesn't want to do. So the easiest way for us as parents to introduce the idea of consent and the idea that when she says no, she'll be listened to and that she gets to make these kinds of decisions about what does and does happen to her, is for us to just sit back and say, alright, we won't take your picture in this instance. And it's strange because it is really such an everyday occurrence. We're so used to with our phones just taking pictures, but it's kind of become regular practice for us to just ask for permission on these things. And over the last little bit, things have started changing actually. Suddenly, well, she's a little more interested in taking pictures, but I think part of this is because she feels so empowered to say no, and that she knows when she does say no, we won't be going behind her back, sneaking pictures while she isn't looking. It really is she tells us what she wants and we listen to her kind of relationship. And I think that these opportunities are out there in all kinds of situations there. Do you want bedtime kisses? Do you want to hug your relatives goodbye before you go? There are a lot of different situations where you can kind of teach their kids that they have agency over their own bodies, and that you can show them that you're someone who will always be there to listen and believe them by doing no when they're saying no to you. These are the sexual and health education conversations that you have with your kids now, so that you have a strong foundation to go on as your kids get older. My kid's 5, we have pretty simple conversations with her now. I want her to know though that these are conversations that we can continue to have when she's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We all know how to count, we can keep going. But this is kind of the foundation for our relationship, and it's a really simple thing for me to do as a dad to my daughters, to say, hey, look, this is something we're learning together, and it's something that I'd love to be able to partner with. So parents who are thinking of how to talk to your kids about sexual and health education topics, just do it. Just talk about it and just practice it regularly. Talk to you later.